Anything special?
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Boom. We out here, man. 33 years of prison stories. 33 years, man. I'm sitting out here in the park. It's almost empty, but hey, I ain't mad at it. You know, serenity is good sometimes. It's really good, you know, especially when it's about choice, you know. So, yeah, I'm out here, and we rolling, man. We rolling on these stories, man. It's cold out here. It's cold, so I'm bundled up, and it is cold, and I love it. I love it, man. You know, out here in this free world, man, and see all of this free, wide open space, man. It's a beautiful thing coming from where I come from. So, yeah, I feel blessed, man. I feel blessed. Today, man, I appreciate all the love, man. Y'all been showing with these videos lately, man. I appreciate that, man. You know, let's keep going, man. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend, man, and come over here and join what we got going on, man. So today, man, I wanted to keep it going, man, touching on these different cities, man, of these guys I done ran into and guys I've known and been cool with or, you know, had encounters with. So, yeah. Today, man, I want to talk about them Beimo cats, man, them Baltimore finest, man. Let me tell you something. Trust and believe me, man, them Beimo cats, man, are nothing to play with. Please believe that, man. I've known a lot of Baltimore cats, man, you know, during my incarceration, and you know, Baltimore more or less in the Virginia system, man. They more or less, you know, in line with, you know, DC. You know, you know, DC and Baltimore, you know, they usually stick together. DC, Baltimore, Maryland, even Alexandria. You know what I'm saying? Anything Northern Virginia, you know, they usually be in the same, you know, car, same ride together. You know, and it's still, the numbers are still gonna be low. You know, it's still gonna be low compared to Virginia. You know, because Virginia is, you know, Virginia deep, man. Virginia got a lot of different cities, man, and a lot of different dudes is locked up from Virginia, you know, and, you know, a whole lot of them from each city, you know. So the Virginia is going to usually be the largest of all of this down here in the Virginia DOC. And, you know, I think Richmond is probably going to be the biggest, and then you got Tidewater, and then you got all the little other, you know, individual little cities, but those are the two largest ones, man. And yeah, they deep. They super deep. But you know, the Baltimore cats are gonna be usually small in numbers. They even smaller than DC, so that's more why they in line themselves with DC cats, because we so close in proximity. But yeah, man, all the Baltimore cats I knew, for the most part, you know, I would say 98.9% of them, man. They yeah, they some serious cats, man. They ain't to be played with, man. And when you look at Baltimore history, you would understand. You know what I'm saying? You know, Baltimore, man. They raised a whole lot of gangsters, man. A whole lot of gangsters, whole lot of head busters, man. You know, dudes is shot callers and whatnot. So yeah, you know, look at the show The Wire, man. You know, look at how they living out there, what they go through, man. You know, just to come up and to come up out of that and to prosper. You know, they got to have some strong resolve, man. Some deep rooted, you know, go get it in them. You know, and that's no different than in the system. You know, most of the ones that was down here in the system that I ran across personally, you know, they was hustlers, you know what I'm saying? Or either they was down here and they was doing their thing and somebody got in their way and they, you know, they did whatever they felt they had to do. And it's the same way in the system. You know what I'm saying? You know, them Baltimore cats, man, they cool. They money getters. They gonna chase that money. They gonna chase them girls. You know, because all of them, swear to God, they super smooth. They gonna chase that money. They gonna chase them girls. And if you get in their way, they gonna chase you with that Bethlehem. You understand me? Yeah, they gonna chase you with that Bethlehem, man. And they ain't gonna be playing with you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, they come from a city and probably a neighborhood there's no stranger to danger. You know, no stranger to violence, man. So they grew up in that. So it's like you know, second nature to them. You know, to defend themselves to the point where as to they'll take you out if need be. You know, rather than see you do something to them. So that's mostly been the mentality of all the Baltimore cats that I knew. You know, and I knew I done known some Baltimore cats, man, some smooth ones, some suave ones, man. You know, and they hit you with that you know, yeah, man, and I don't know what Young doing, man. Young a dummy, man. I don't know. He playing with me though, but I ain't the play with me type of dude. You know what I'm saying, Young? I mean, wait, how he coming? You know what I'm saying? How he coming, Young? Cause I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be playing with the dummy. I'm not gonna be playing with him. You know, they own that type of stuff, man, and they mean what they they mean what they talking about. Cause I done seen some of them put some work in, man, and yeah, it ain't been no cakewalk. It ain't been nothing, you know, to really laugh at, man. Them dudes get to slinging that Bethlehem, man. They trying to hurt you, man. They trying to send you to that upper room, you know, and if you push them to that point, you see what I'm saying? So, and they hustles, you know, they want to get money first. You know what I'm saying? They want to get money first. They want to get at them girls, you know, even them little CO girls, because like I say, we all deprived of women while we in there. So, you know, whoever think they the slickest, whoever think they the sharpest, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's who gonna be shooting they shot. And Baltimore dudes gonna fall right in line, man, because they swear they got game like Parker brothers, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I know some, man, smooth ones, man. I remember Dupree, man. I think Dupree was originally from Baltimore, man, and moved to the city, but Dupree was a smooth cat, man. He was one of the most smooth cats, you know, with the old school. You would think he a Muslim or something. He got the old school part in his head with the waves. You know, he's slim. He cut up, work out all the time, talk that slick talk, you know what I'm saying, that low, what I call, you know, like that low, slow pimp talk. Like, I mean, what's up, Young? How you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? What's good with you? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You already know. You know what I'm saying? Dupree coming at you like that. And he can box, you know what I'm saying? He was shot with his hands, so, you know, yeah, Dupree will knock you out first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he'll knock you out first, you know, because you're going to sleep on him. You're going to think he a pretty boy. But Dupree going to knock you out first. If you want to carry a little further, then he going to put that Bethlehem in you, you know, without hesitation. You know, without hesitation, he going to put it in you, you know, and he just go hard like that. He had that Baltimore mentality. You know, that Baltimore mentality is more or less, it's like me against the world, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's just me by myself, then I'm going to go hard enough for everybody. You know, and they ain't got no problem letting you know they from Beimo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm from Beimo. You know what I'm saying? I'm at Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Baltimore. It's Baltimore. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore. Yeah, you know, I'm from Beimo. You know, yeah. So, yeah, that's how they was in that system, man. And I think one of the most well-known dudes from Baltimore was Beimo. You know, Beimo was a dude. I talked to Beimo since I've been home too, man. Shout out to Beimo, man, if he ever get wind of this. But Beimo was a big old light-skinned cat, man. It was locked up, man. He was locked up for a minute too. Beimo did some time, man, and Beimo was real known, man. Big light-skinned dude. He'll put you in the frame of mind for real, like a big light-skinned Samoan dude. He had that good hair, big old red cat, but Beimo, man, was known in the system, man, because Beimo one of the only dudes that I ever known of that pulled a escape attempt the way that he did it. You know what I'm saying? And the way that he did it was crazy. I don't know how. I ain't asked him, you know what I'm saying? It ain't my business. But the story goes that, you know, Beimo, you know, somehow, some way copped the gun, man. Yeah, a gun in prison. Beimo copped the gun some way, somehow, and got his way to go to a medical run. When you go to a medical run, you have to leave the prison and go to a hospital. When you go to that hospital, man, you're gonna be escorted by 2 officers more than likely. But before you leave that institution, you're gonna be strip searched, you're gonna be checked, you're gonna be given a certain type of outfit to wear. Usually it's gonna be like a jumpsuit or whatever. You're gonna be handcuffed, you're gonna be shackled, you're gonna be escorted. You know, these people gonna be on your top the whole time, these officers, and they're gonna take you the way you got to go. When you get there, they're gonna chain you up to the bed, let whatever doctor needs to see you come see you, nurse or whatever. Usually they're gonna be in the room or right outside the room where it's, you know, only one way out and one way in. So that's usually how the procedure gonna go when you go on a medical run, especially going to the hospital. Well, with all that being said, some type of way, Beimo get escorted to the hospital for whatever reason he had to go, and Beimo gets in the room, and he's in there with a I guess the doctor, and some type of way where the officers had to leave, so I guess the doctor could check Beimo or whatever. But when the doctors leave or whoever, or when the officers leave, and the doctor got to check Beimo, whenever they leave, somehow, some way, Beimo done pulled out a gun. Beimo done got the gun out and then grabbed the doctor, and Beimo ready to, you know, shoot his way up out of this joint. You understand me? Yeah, I mean, true story. Y'all can pull it up. It's online somewhere, because I'm saying this is public fact. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember Beimo's real name. I know it, but I can't remember it off top. But then I don't really want to put it out there. But you pull it up, you know what I'm saying, Virginia Escape Attempt or whatever, it probably going to come up. But yeah, so Beimo tried to shoot his way out, you know, using the doctor, I guess, as a hostage or whatever. So to my understanding, the officers came back in when they heard the commotion or whatever, and you know, draw down on Beimo, and Beimo started busting. You know what I'm saying? He busted, and they started busting back. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. This man had a real live shootout attempt escape in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? This is the Beimo mentality. You know what I'm saying? This Baltimore. You understand me? Yeah, this man had a shootout. I think he ended up getting shot too in the face himself. You know what I'm saying? But that joint went down, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never heard of nothing like that in the Virginia penal system besides that. You know, myself personally, maybe other stories about other incidents like that, but I ain't never knew nothing about it. And if it was, I never was around these type of people. I was around Beimo for years. Me and Beimo, as a matter of fact, we slept right beside each other on Mecklenburg, you know. And yeah, but Beimo tried to shoot his way up out that junk, man. Pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? Till he was empty with the bullets, man, and they ended up getting him or whatever. But yeah, he got some more time for that and everything, man. But Beimo did a lot of time. Don't know how much he did. I think he did more than me, but I'm not sure. But he got out. You know what I'm saying? He got out, and he's doing good. You know, I talked to him. Somebody we had, matter of fact, we was talking about Bo. Shout out to Bo Billy, free Bo Billy. You understand? 48 years is long enough. But I think we was talking about Bo or something, and we had, you know, me, him, and Bo had a friend in common or whatever, and you know that put me in touch with Beimo, so I talked to him, and he out there doing real good, man, real good. You know, that just shows you the progress a dude can do when he given an opportunity, no matter what he been through, what he can do. He's like a supervisor on the job or something. Beimo hire and fire people. He was telling me, man, if you in the city, I think he in the city now in D.C. He was like, man, if you in the city, you need a job, man, I can get you on, boom, boom, boom. I'm the supervisor, I hire and fire, whatever. So yeah, that's the type of time that he own out here on the streets, man. You know, he done put that behind him, he done moved on. But yeah, Beimo, man, Beimo was known in that system, man, you know, for that incident alone. But he won't no chump neither. He gonna put that work in if he had to put that work in. I can remember him and DP got in a beef. And, you know, at the time, I'm telling y'all, DP, Dexter Perry, he got that flammery, that skullduggery, that larceny, that tomfoolery. DP got it long as I-95, you know. And I'm quite sure whatever the beef was with him and Beimo, I think it was over some money. I'm quite sure DP I feel confident saying DP probably was in the wrong, you know, but they beefing and DP talking trash like he want to fight, but usually dude want to rumble because he want to squash that bill. But you got certain type of dudes, even if you owe me, even if we rumble, we go to war, even if you know, you get crushed. If I crush, you still owe me. You know what I'm saying? You owe me. You gonna pay that tab, period. Or we getting it in every time I see you to the point where I don't want to see you no more. And the next time I see you is Bethlehem. Man, you got to go because I want my money. You know, so him and Beimo is beefing about something. So me and Graham, we trying to squash the jump. And DP running his mouth like, yeah, I'm saying, I mean, we, you know, they want to rumble, but Beimo telling him like, man, we ain't doing no rumbling. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that type of party, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no rumbling. You put your hands on me, man. You know what it is, you know. And DP like, well, what's up? I mean, I'm saying, and they just sitting there going back and forth. But Beimo standing in front of his cell and DP standing out there talking to him. But Beimo letting him more or less letting him know, like, if you go ahead and swing on me, or if you do what you're gonna do, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And I feel 100% confident and 100% sure, you know, in saying that yeah, Beimo had that thing on waiting for DP to do something foolish, you know. And I think it was more or less a ploy on DP part to try to get out of the bill. But once he saw that, you know, Beimo won't moving, you know, he told me, come on, let's go back in the laundry room. We can go back in the laundry room and handle it like men, you know what I'm saying? And Beimo like, no, we gonna handle it right here. You know, it started right here. We gonna handle it right here. You know, and yeah, man. But me and Graham, man, we intervened in that situation, man, and squashed that joint because it was getting ready to get super ugly. You know what I'm saying? It was getting ready to get super ugly, man. But yeah, but Beimo known, man. He known for what he did, man, to try to get up out there, man. That's how rough that joint be, man. People willing to do anything to come up out of that joint. So I'm still trying to figure out today why all these young people out here today trying to do anything to get up in there, you know. But that's just food for thought. But yeah, man, over the years, man, I've known a whole lot of Beimo cats, man, a whole lot of them, man. And I was cool with almost every one of them that I known. You know, at the end of my bit, you know, or towards the end, you know, I started running into a few of them younger ones that was coming in, you know, they was in that gang stuff, you know, which, like I say, before I came to prison, that stuff didn't exist down here, and you know what I'm saying, on this coast right here, but, you know, it's everywhere now, so I'm assuming, you know, it had infiltrated out there too, because some of the dudes that was coming in, the younger ones, they was with that, you know what I'm saying. But even then, at least the ones that I ran across, even if they was with that blood, crip, or whatever it was, when it came down to choices, because even when you involved in that, you gonna have choices. You know what I'm saying? You from Richmond, but you a blood, but then the Bloods is beefing with Richmond. You know, you got choices to make. What you gonna do? You gonna choose your city or you gonna choose your clique? So it's the same thing. The ones that I knew, if it came down to some Beimo stuff against the Bloods, them Beimo dudes was riding with Beimo all day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that encompasses everybody, but the ones I ran across, that's how they was carrying. You know, them dudes from Baltimore, they represent Baltimore to the fullest. I mean, to the point where even when dudes say, oh man, where you from? You from DC? Because they see dudes with the DC. No, yeah, you know, I'm from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? They gonna let it be known. Nah, I'm from Beimo, bro. Yeah, they definitely ain't ashamed of their city, man. And you know, like I say, you know, if you watch The Wire or whatever you get your, you know, your information from about Baltimore, if you ain't actually been there yourself, then, you know them dudes, you know, a lot of them dudes up there, you know, Baltimore got that, you know, they got that missile. They got that missile, they got that ooh-wee, they got that nose cannon, man. You know, a lot of dudes from Baltimore, you know, that's where a lot of people that's out here, you know, in the surrounding areas is close to Baltimore. That's where they cop, you know, their good dope from. That's where they get it from. You know, they said Baltimore got it. You know, Baltimore is the dope central. You know, so, you know, just like on the show, The Wire, you know, it depicts a lot of them dudes, you know, to get caught up, you know, with that dope, man, out there, because that's a way of life out there. So, you know, you got dudes in the system, too, that's from Baltimore, you know, that was their thing. That's what they want to do. They want to get high, but they also want to make money. I will say that most of the Baltimore dudes I know, even the ones that like to get high, too, they still had that hustler's mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's a different thing from when dudes that just get high and then don't want no money. All they want to do is get high. But these dudes right here, they seem to, even if they got high, they still wanted some money. You know what I'm saying? They still wanted to look nice. They still wanted to present themselves nice. They still wanted to be viewed in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? Whereas to you got the average dude that's maybe considered, they call a dope fiend. He don't care how he look. He don't care what his appearance is. He don't care what his perception is. All he want is that high. You know what I'm saying? I tend to have found that the Baltimore dudes, even if that was their drug of choice, they still had some type of standards where they wanted to carry themselves and be looked at in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? I will say that, you know, from the ones that I have encountered. But so, you know, by them being from there, and that's where the, you know, the main drug comes from in this area, then, you know, they usually had the plug. They usually had the avenue to get it in. So, you know, they getting some money. They getting some paper because, you know, that dope is the drug of choice in the Virginia penal system. At least everywhere I've been there, they try everything now. Make no mistake about it. They try everything. But that dope, that heroin, that's the drug of choice right there. Because it may be lesser numbers of dudes who do that may do weed or whatever, but the ones who do that, the money for what it costs to get it is higher, and the clientele is more they more on point. They gonna get it if it's there. It ain't like they ain't got the money, or they gonna find the money. They gonna go get the money. They gonna go take the money. They gonna rob for the money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they want it. If it's on there, they know it's a limited time. They know it's in the high demand. Man, they come out the woodwork to get that. So, you know, when you dealing with them Baltimore cats, and them the ones who probably going to be supplying it or had a plug to get it in, then, man, you can rest assured them cats want their money. You know what I'm saying? They want their money, and they ain't going to be playing no games. And if they got to give you that work, they going to give you that work, man, and go ahead and cut their losses before they let somebody just take something from them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the way that they carried it, man. You know, and I done seen some dudes get slayed messing with them Baltimore cats, man. I mean, yeah, I'm talking about like carried up out there, man. Carried up out there. I remember I was around a little homie named Tim, and he was from Baltimore, man. And yeah, dude played with him for some money, man. It was less than $200. You know what I'm saying? It was less than $200, man. And man, Tim lit him up like a Christmas tree. You know, I mean, lit him up, man, where he got carried up out that joint on a stretcher, man, fighting for his life. You know what I'm saying? All over less than $200. Because like I say, in penitentiary, man, you cannot let nobody take nothing from you. It's going to be the principle more than the amount. You know what I'm saying? It could have been $2. It's just the principle. You understand? Because when you trying to get some money in there, or you trying to run a business, or you trying to do anything, when you let somebody take advantage of you, or you let somebody get out on you, man, it's gonna spread like wildfire. So therefore, your opportunities from that point on is gonna be limited. So dudes is not even gonna take the chance on let nobody take nothing from, especially if they cut from that type of cloth. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, those Beimo cats, man, you know, they were more or less some serious dudes, man. And you know, you got dudes on all, you know, from all cities and all places that, you know, got the serious side to them. And you got a lot of dudes that, you know, try to be casual, try to just be happy-go-lucky and just enjoy themselves and just have as much fun as they can under the conditions that they under. You got dudes that laugh, joke, and play. You got dudes that don't play at all. You got dudes that just even kill, but you got, you know, a serious type of dude. Them B-more dudes gonna always give you that impression, man, that, hey, look, this is real life right here, young. I mean, you know, we ain't playing no games. You understand? Yeah, I ain't with that dummy stuff, man. I'm not even with it. You know, that's gonna be mostly the mentality that you get from them cats. You know, whether it was just the ones getting locked up or not, I don't know. But that's mostly the mentality you gonna get from. Whereas to if you feel like you gonna play with them, you already know what the count is. You know you gonna have some problems. It ain't no illusion that you not gonna have no problems with what you trying to do. If you trying to take something from them, you trying to get over on them, you trying to rob them, you trying to beat them, you trying to talk slick to them, you trying to disrespect them, you gonna have some problems, man. You gonna have some problems, straight up. So if you know that going into it, then it's all good. I'm not saying that they invincible. No one is invincible from nowhere. But when you know you got a formidable opponent, somebody that you're gonna have to deal with, yeah, then you need to proceed. You know, you need to proceed with caution, man. And in this system down here in Virginia, man, I guess the numbers were so low with the Baltimore crew, man, that that's how they carried it, man. You know, and like I say, they mostly gonna be money getters. They gonna be money getters, man. They chase that almighty dollar, man. They chase that almighty dollar all day, man. And yeah, man, I've known some real good Baltimore cats, man. Some real good ones, man. Some that I, you know, wonder what's going on with them now because, you know, I haven't seen a lot of them that I was around for years, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot of years. So I wonder if they all good, and I would definitely like to see a few of them, man, especially Dupree. Dupree was a character within itself, man. I like to see Tim, man. I like to see Beimo. I like to see a lot of them cats, man. And I probably end up seeing Beimo. If I run into Beimo, and most definitely, man, if you know, all goes well, and you know, I'll be able to move around, you know, in the near future like I want to, man. DC is definitely on the roster for me to go back home, and if Beimo up there, I will most definitely pull up on him, man, and try to, you know, sit down and let him give y'all this crazy Wild West story about him trying to shoot his way up out of the hospital, man. But most definitely, I bring them to y'all, TBP, because y'all already know where I go, y'all go, man. But yeah, and I look at my demographics, man. Baltimore is at the top, man. They're at the top right now, I believe, of my demographics who watch me and support me out there. So salute to Baltimore, man. Salute to Baltimore for all the love. Big love to y'all right back, man. I love Baltimore, man. Shout out to Tank out there doing his thing. You know, shout out to Coach Calvin. Everybody out there in Baltimore doing y'all thing, man. Just to let y'all know, man, y'all well represented, man, in the Virginia penal system, man. You know, y'all reputation has been solidified down here, you know, more or less. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that to y'all, man. A little bit about Baltimore, man. You know, a little bit about Baltimore, how they rock down here in this Virginia system, man. You know, they hold their own, man, and they respect it, you know, as they should be, because they carry themselves like men. You know what I'm saying? And I think anywhere on the planet, if you carry yourself like a man and you demand respect, you know, especially you demand respect with consequences if you don't receive it, then, you know, it's going to be respected, you know, for the most part. So salute to Baltimore, man. Salute to Beimo, you know, and y'all keep doing what y'all doing out there, man. Big love from TBP. Yeah, well, I just wanted to drop that on y'all, man. Give y'all a little knowledge, man, about them Be More cats, man, out here in the Virginia penal system, man. I'll be right back at y'all in 24 hours. I done braved this cold for y'all, you understand me? Ducking and bobbing and weaving, all this air coming at me. But I had to do it, you know, because y'all had to have it. So, you know, that's what we gonna do, man. The grind don't stop, man. We out here, we trying to, you know, reach them and teach them, and we trying to keep them out of the penal system, no matter where they from, man. You know, like I say, it's a blessing in every lesson, and the blessing is, you know, it don't matter where you from, what city you from, what you represent. The bottom line is, whatever city you from and whatever you represent, let's try to do that without being in the penal system. Let's try to do that without being behind bars. Let's try to do that without our liberty, our freedom, our family, our friends, our loved ones. Let's stay out here in the free world, man, and try to, you know, make the best of that, man. Whatever comes, we deal with it. But we don't want to be dealing with anything that we have to deal with, man, without our freedom, man, because we need that. We need that, man. We need that, and we deserve that. So let's just try to keep it like that. So in the meantime, in between time, man, y'all hold on. I'll be right back at y'all in 24 hours, man. Y'all tell a friend to tell a friend to tell them something about what we got going on over here. We preaching positive energy. We preaching inspiration, motivation, you know, determination. And that's what we preaching over here, man. And we gonna keep on doing it, man, until the wheels fall off. So y'all be safe out there, be smart, make good decisions, man. I'll see y'all real soon, man. And at all costs, man. Boom, 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 boom. Duck them hooks. See, I couldn't even turn up on y'all because the table's so unstable with these things. Bang, 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 boom, boom. But I still throw them, though. Peace.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.